As a Real Madrid fan, all I can say is fair play. Fair play to Barcelona. Because I feel like they've found a cheap beast in Marcus Rashford. Now, when I say cheap beast, these guys got him on a loan practically for nothing. They could have paid a lot of money for Nico Williams, but they ended up going for a cheaper option in Marcus Rashford. Obviously, Nico Williams not coming was a factor in that. I think they would have gone and signed with Nico Williams, but he stayed in Bilbao. But honestly, it might have worked better for them. It might have worked better for Barcelona. Because Marcus Rashford is only going to get better. He's only going to get better. Let's be honest, guys. A lot of people were hating on him that first half against Newcastle. And for me, even that first half, I liked a lot what I saw from Marcus Rashford. I don't think he made any crucial mistakes. He played very safe, but that second half completely blew up. And I want to see a Marcus Rashford fan. I like Marcus Rashford a lot. And when this move happened, I knew there's a huge possibility that this will be a success because under Flick, especially that high line they play, I thought he's going to be a success instantly, and obviously it's taken him some time. These, first couple games has been the smoothest, but this game against Newcastle, he has finally arrived. Scored 2 goals, his first goals for the club, and honestly that second goal, banger. Straight up banger. From now on, every single, Champions League match week, I will post my predictions onto the channel. But for this week, just between myself, I thought Newcastle will win this game. I don't know why. St. James Park, obviously the atmosphere is unbelievable. I thought the pressure is completely going to, kind of shake up that Barcelona defense. And especially that high line they play, Newcastle has runners. And we saw the first half, it was scary for Barca. The first 30, 20 minutes, that pressure Newcastle had, incredible. And especially the fans, everything was going right for Newcastle. They just couldn't score. That's the issue. They just couldn't score. And in those attacks where they were getting behind, they couldn't put a good cross in. They just couldn't finish off the attacks. And eventually Barcelona, they did the right thing. But from the 30th minute on, I kind of noticed that Barcelona really started to take control of the game. They were really calming the game down, really dominating possession. And although they weren't doing much with having that possession, it helped them a lot in terms of slowing the game down, slowing the Newcastle momentum down. I think that was really crucial, during the game when Barcelona started to take control. I thought Pedri and De Jong completely, honestly handled that Newcastle midfield perfectly. That Newcastle midfield is full of runners. They're full of warriors. Most of the times, Newcastle win those battles in midfield. They have 3 guys who just go out there, flying tackles, but also keep the ball very well. But this game, I thought De Jong and Pedri, incredible game. Those 2 guys kept the ball so well. Never really saw them make a mistake in midfield. Pedri especially, obviously one of the best midfielders in the world. But in that first half, Barca's attack really wasn't offering much. Rafinha, I didn't think was really into the game in the first half. Fermin Lopez had an okay game. Rashford, as I said, he was just average the first half. And Lewandowski, don't think the ball found him much. And when he did, he didn't really do much with it. And at that point, I was thinking, Lamine Yamal, he's missed. He's badly missed because they weren't creating much chances. But the second half rolled around and Barcelona completely changed. And again, Rashford announced himself, man. Rashford in England proved his haters wrong. He announced himself. Now, before I completely move on to the Barca side, I kind of want to talk about Newcastle because they still kind of impressed me. This result wasn't too bad for Newcastle. They gave Barca a pretty hard game. I thought Elanga, although, wasn't the best, still, he gave Gerard Martin a lot of trouble. And I wish he had that end product to put in maybe a great cross, but he did it once. Barnes, unfortunately, didn't have the best of finish. And Juan Garcia, incredible goalkeeper. But Newcastle should have scored early on. They should have. I think one thing for Newcastle going forward is they need a guy like Wissa back. Voltemade, incredible striker, but I know what Eddie Howe went for this game. He wouldn't have fit this game. He needed 3 runners, and that's why he picked Gordon, Elanga, and Barnes to lead that front line. And a lot of times, it did work. They go through that Barca defense a lot of times. Just the final attack wasn't the best by them. But Gordon has to play through the left, and if Wissa comes back, and obviously Voltemade, he will be very crucial for them to have a real striker. Because Gordon, incredible player, but he's not a striker. But he's doing good there, in my opinion. He's doing very good there. If you're a Newcastle fan, I will say not to worry much, because listen, you guys gave Barca a good run, and also, it's a league phase. This one loss won't hurt them. I think they will make the playoffs. Potentially could make top 8 if they start winning games, but for sure, for me, I think Newcastle's guaranteed to make the playoffs. I just think there's a lot of quality in this team, and especially the system they play, the way they play, the running. They gave Barca problems, one of the best teams in the world. So Newcastle will be pretty good this season, I will say. And on the Barcelona side, obviously we talked about the first half, but I kind of want to know some players that really, really impressed me today. Jules Koundé, unbelievable right back. Obviously, he's a center back. We've all known this, for years and years, but The way under Flick that he's transitioned into the incredible right back, hey, enough can't be said about that. He's a monster, and today again, winning so many tackles. Before Rashford scored those 2 goals, for me, he was the man of the match. Even now, you could debate that Koundé was man of the match. Frank de Jong again, incredible performance. They also found a great goalkeeper in Juan Garcia. Honestly, he made some crucial saves in the beginning. Kind of helped slow down the momentum from Newcastle. I hate on Araujo a lot as well, but Araujo I thought had a good game as well. You know, the attack wasn't going the best, but Rashford comes through, scores that header, which honestly shocked me. I don't know Rashford had that in him to score a header like that. Great cross from Jules Koundé again. He had his fingerprints all over the match, but the second goal was top. That was all Rashford. Nobody created that for him. That was all him. You know, just carries the ball, carries it, and just strikes that ball, bar down to the left corner, and that is probably going to be one of the best Champions League goals this season, for sure. At least top 10. There's no way it's not going to be in the top 10 or 5. That goal was incredible. We'll see how a guy like Rashford builds on this. You know, he's a guy who plays off confidence. Marcus Rashford plays off confidence. If he has a bad game, honestly, for me, I know Marcus Rashford will have, 10 more bad games. That's just the way he is. But if he is running off, that goal-scoring form, if he's scoring goals, if he's making plays, that's when you see Marcus Rashford as best. And he carries the dot on, to 5-10 games. This guy plays off confidence. He legit does. If he has a good game, you already know. Next game, he'll have another good game. He just plays off confidence. I've seen that a lot from Man United, and I think that will continue for Barca. The only thing is, you want that confidence to be at an all-time high at all points. You want him to carry that on, for the whole season and not be inconsistent, which Marcus Rashford for his whole career has been. But for me, I think this is a great signing from Barcelona, and we'll see if they sign him, end of the season. But for a free transfer on loan, obviously they paid a bit, but it wasn't too much. He's a great squad player to have. For me, this is an incredible signing, and Barcelona get the win. And I want to go through some other Champions League results today, like Frankfurt 5-1 against Galatasaray. I just want to point that out. That was a very impressive performance for Frankfurt, and so far this season, they have been on fire. These guys always find talent somehow, so, again, like Ozun, incredible talent. This guy is scoring goals for fun every single game, and today he did the same. And Galatasaray gets completely destroyed. That was a very interesting game. Even Club Brugge versus Monaco. I mean, I honestly thought Monaco could make the playoffs. They still could, but they have a lot of talent. They just signed Pogba, Fati. Those guys haven't really got into the squad too much. They're still kind of getting fit, but overall they have a very good squad. Fati scored his first goal as well, but yeah, 4-1 against Club Brugge is kind of insane, and Club Brugge are one of those teams that could make a run in the Champions League, like round 16s, round 32. They're that type of team, so I could see that happening. Man City versus Napoli kind of ended, in a sad way, because Kevin De Bruyne's first time back at the Etihad since leaving Man City, and after 26 minutes, he's forced out because Di Lorenzo gets the red card, and he's the one that subbed out, which understandably, he's not a guy who's got to run a lot, defend a lot. He's the one taken out, and I'm not shocked. But Man City Cruz, they're starting to become better and better. I love Kusanov at right back. This guy's an incredible talent. Foden these last 2 games, slowly becoming to the Foden we know. Jeremy Doku is on incredible form, so this Man City team is starting to kind of realize themselves and know their identity. Obviously, we saw Liverpool versus Atletico Madrid. That was an insane game. Liverpool keeps getting these last-minute winners. Atletico Madrid, for the way they've started, this wasn't a bad game for them. I like the heart that they showed, but in the end of the day, they couldn't keep the result. And Liverpool, as always, last-minute winner. I still haven't seen Liverpool have a dominating performance, and I'm kind of worried about that, but they're getting wins, and that's, these are champion wins. Juventus versus Dortmund was absolutely insane, and this is why I love this Champions League format, the new one. It's crazy because I missed this game, because Real Madrid and Marseille was going on, so you already know, like, the amount of games that are going on every single day, up to Thursday, which is a new thing. Usually we have games only Tuesday, Wednesday, but now it's up to Thursday, and every day you get a great game. So Juventus versus Dortmund, just back and forth game, and Juventus from 4-2 down in the 90th minute scored 2 goals, so very, very impressive. And Vlahovic so far this season, incredible. Kenan Yildiz, we all know this guy. He's probably been one of the best attackers in the world, in my opinion. Obviously, Real Madrid get the win, 2 Mbappe penalties, but I thought Real Madrid played a way better game. There's no doubt about that. So this was Champions League round 1. Next time I make this, it will be a lot more organized, I would say. Subscribe for more videos like this. Follow the journey. And if you love football, this is the place to be. Anyway, hope you guys have a good day. And as always, peace out.